Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. On tonight's show we're going to be talking about the censorship of the right online and including some new news that's happened there. We're going to be talking about the terrorist training camp in New Mexico and some of the ridiculous SJW decisions made. We're also going to be talking about Pittsburgh and Catholicism and a couple of other bits and pieces throughout the hour. Remember, during the show, you can share your opinions with us. Just get in touch. It's live at triggerwarning.tv, at TriggeredTV on the Twitter, and you can comment to us on whichever platform you're watching. So I guess it's time to roll those credits.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
Hello. Just looking at something that may or may not be going wrong at this point in time. No, it's live now. That's good. Fantastic. Oh, after that slick intro as well, pre-credit sequence. I'm joined this evening, as ever, by the fat tongue, flat cap wearing Graham Booth.
Hiya.
And Howard Cherry.
How do?
How you doing, fella? You all right?
Recharged.
He's got extra responsibilities tonight, Cherry, so he's on it. Of course, we're going out on multiple platforms. Hello to my people in there at liveleak.com in Troll Central. Fat Belly Brand, Crispy Bacon, Halal Hoax, Happy Dog, and all of the others I've probably forgotten and we'll probably name drop as we go through if more come in there. Hello to everyone on triggerwarning.tv/live. Got a cup of tea as well in Live League. There we go, cup of tea. And hello to everyone on the Book of Face. We'll be coming to you soon. And anyone that's watching sneakily on YouTube, hi. Our official Trigger Warning channel should be allowed to stream again, I think, from next week. But we'll probably get to stream for 1 week. Then I'm away. I'm taking the lad camping, aren't I? Oh, yeah. Last week in August, so we won't be doing a show. Oh. Maybe not even a Tuesday show either, because I'm up very early on Wednesday.
That's when is it then?
End of the month.
End of this month.
Yeah.
Right.
The month. Guess the month.
You're in such a mood with me. I love it. Sweet. So that's cool. I know I've got a week off.
Exactly.
Oh, great. That's
week off. No pay.
Or is it a payless week off? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, not like every other week.
I might though. I'll probably get bored, so I might just stream to YouTube or something.
You can use the Trigger Warning channel as you see fit, as you know.
How the fuck am I going to go a week without
Get
exploding?
on Cogent Radio on Tuesday. Get on the other channels. Fill your boots. Fill your boots. Why not? That's what it's there for. So, we've got to crack on. We've got loads and loads and loads of stuff to talk about. I know people have been suggesting different things, but there's not really going to be any Trump content or Hillary content or any of that. We've got too many other things to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is the censorship of the right online, which is becoming inescapable, but everyone's been solely laying it at the door of the companies involved. And in case of the mega titans like Facebook and Google, yeah. But there's another one today with Patreon. Now, Patreon's a cool platform, okay? There we go, shuffle over a bit. Patreon's a cool platform. We use it. And it's great, you know, it lets people donate every month to your project and some, you know, get some exclusive content or early release. And, you know, there's all manner of things you can do with it. It's great because it's monthly. See, we worked out like an income, and it helps you avoid advertisers, which is where a lot of the troubles come in, as we'll talk about in a bit. But there's a chap called Robert Spencer. He's an author, a blogger. He's part of Jihad Watch, which keeps an eye on jihadi activities. And you know, he's recognised that, you know, he's a conservative chap, but, you know, he's recognised as this is what he does. He keeps an eye on these guys. Well, he was banned from Patreon. He was shit-canned completely, just dropped. Everyone started going crazy at Patreon, but the reason was not that Patreon wanted him gone. It's because these guys wanted him gone. MasterCard. Now, it's not unheard of. Definitely not unheard of throughout my career online of the major credit card companies not being happy about something and getting their way. They said to Patreon that he's got to go. Now, Patreon have a choice. And everyone gives people that own platforms shit, don't they? They always give them loads of abuse. You're not standing up. You're not doing this. You've got a choice, Robert Spencer, or your platform that you sweated blood to develop and get online, and people rely on you for a living and for whatever else they use your platform for. What do you do? What do you do when MasterCard say... Now, what MasterCard is saying, they're not saying we would like you to get rid of. There's an inherent threat there, which is if you don't get rid of this guy, we're not going to let you use MasterCard because we're MasterCard. We're huge. We're the biggest, baddest motherfuckers on the block. Do you know what you do? You get rid of Robert Spencer. So don't give Patreon shit for this, because how much of a stand do you want them to take for you? You know, they've been remarkably good at continuing to allow all sides of the spectrum to use their service. They've been really careful, but they've tried very hard. But there comes a point when the pressure's applied and you've got a choice. Do we lose the whole platform and all the good that it can do? Or do we let them remove this one person? So you remove the person. Of course you do. It's easy to sit out there when you have no stake in something to go, I wouldn't. You would, in a fucking heartbeat. Because many of you guys who comment online won't speak in real life as you do online, because you could risk your jobs, you could lose your family, you could lose friends, you could do this, do that. You protect your shit. When you think you can get away with it, you will. But when it comes down to it, we all got to look after ourselves. We've all got to look after our families. We've all got to look after the people that we have responsibilities towards. We've seen what's been happening to Alex Jones. Okay. Now, whatever your thoughts on Alex Jones, there's many things he says that I find reprehensible. There are even more things I just disagree with. I enjoy watching him because it's just funny watching this guy continuously lose his shit all the time. But the longer this goes on and the more people celebrate deplatforming him for bullshit reasons like Twitter, for all the things they could have got him on for terms of service, for all the things they could have caught him for, they got him for telling people to get the battle rifles ready to defend themselves, because that was encouraging violence. He was very clear about what your battle rifle was for. So he copped for I don't know, is it a 1-week suspension or something like that? But it's bullshit. Of all the things they could have got him for, and all the times they stood up saying he's not broken the rules, they shit canned him for that. There is no escaping it. For all many of our viewers consider me to be a leftist, because some of you guys are so far right, you can't even fucking see left. I'm usually quite centrist on most issues. It's impossible to ignore that what is happening is a concerted effort to deplatform anyone perceived as being on the right. And that can just mean conservative. This is fucking terrifying. Okay? I'm not talking about banning people that are racially abusive, that genuinely harass people, that dox people. That's fine. Fuck those people. There are platforms for them. They're legitimate reasons, because half those fucking idiots, they can't go past a video with a black person in without dropping in a comment about race and derogatory terms, or having a poke at an uploader who's black. You guys are making this shit possible. You're the ones giving the pricks all the fucking ammo to shut everybody down. You know, but anyway, that's, by the way, because no one listens when you make an argument as logical as that, because it makes no sense, because freedom of speech to some people means I should be allowed to say anything. This is the real world. That's an idea. It's a nice idea, but it's an idea. In the real world, it doesn't fucking work like that. And what's happening to this guy is getting a bit much. Now, if he said something illegal, let the courts deal with it. If he's clearly broken a terms of service, then deal with it. But no, this shady, underhand shit. And it's not just Alex Jones. It's that chap from the Proud Boys.
Gavin McInnes.
Gavin McInnes.
Yeah.
Gavin McInnes. Why the fuck they banned him, I don't know. The Proud Boys aren't actually a racist organisation. They've got all sorts in their organisation. And now, of course, the theory is that this is a silencing of the conservative audience in the lead up to the elections to give those on the left a clear run at overwhelming the right. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but I very much understand, as Graham was saying before just outside, and I totally get it, why you'd feel that way. You can't deplatform people like this. But they're leaving some platforms with no choice. I know some other smaller platforms, not related to anything that we do on like LiveLeak or anywhere else, platforms that have had decisions made for them by advertisers who wield the power to end you. And as if that's not enough, we got shit in the UK like the law that dictates that no matter what you say or what your intent was, no matter if someone's offended, you're still at fault. Between that shit, there is a silencing of the right, and it's fucking wrong. It's I was going to say, can we take Alex down? No. But it's absolutely fucking wrong what's going on, whether I passionately disagree with him. I've ranted against some of the things he said. But that doesn't make everything he says wrong, and I don't know that he's a dyed-in-the-wool fucking racist. They're acting on Twitter like they've just got rid of fucking Hitler. Have you been on that website? There's jihadists on there. There's people actively calling for the deaths of other people. There's racism. Louis Farrakhan's still got a Twitter account. He's really fucking hateful. But they're going after what makes the good waves, what makes the good sound for people, makes them feel good, makes them feel special, knowing that, yeah, we're giving it to the Nazis. Alex Jones has got a lot of fucking problems. I don't think being a Nazi is one of them. I can't believe I was defending Boris, agreed that Jeremy Corbyn's a fucking anti-Semite on the podcast, and now I'm defending Alex Jones again, and people on the right who traditionally would fucking hate me because I'm just not right enough. And there's people I speak out about I wouldn't see deplatformed. Cernovich, who is a detestable human being. He's fucking dreadful. I wouldn't deplatform him. Mark Dice, he's a twat and he has a lisp. I wouldn't deplatform him either. You've got a lisp tonight, haven't you, Graham? You big fat fucking tongue.
Yes.
Graham was just a bit of a twat to me during Game Face. He was being a bit of a diva, so I'm just enjoying the reversal here.
Hayden didn't like my facts over his feelings. That's what it was.
Facts. Should we discuss that word later on, shall we? A fact.
Hey man, just.
Would you like that? Would you like that? We'd discuss that. Sorry, you'll be coming up in a story later on. Don't you worry. I've got you fucking shoehorned in one of these. Tommy Robinson is a different matter because he does break the law. Not perhaps for the reasons people say he's in prison. He doesn't. He plays his own game. I'm not even talking about Tommy Robinson. There is a silencing of the right. It's fucking wrong. The whole point is that we read things we don't like. On LiveLeak, I'm always accused, usually by people who get infractions, who then act like butthurt fucking pussies because they couldn't follow the rules. And you're just silencing me. Every day on LiveLeak, I read things that go completely against my personal beliefs, go completely against what I stand for, what I believe is right. But you know what? They're still there. Because it's fucking important that we hear things we don't like. I won't protect people that are abjectly throwing out racial slurs because that hurts my platform. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm not black or an Arab or a Jew, but it hurts my platform. In an ideal world, you could be as fucking ignorant as you want. I'd rather it was out there. You show everyone how fucking stupid you are and let them respond to you. Doesn't work like that in the real world. I've got to look after our platform. It's not just me. I'm saying I'm putting my platform. I'm just a part of it. But we've got to look after it or lively goes. Because, believe me, the internet's getting a lot more complicated right now. So it's wrong. We have to hear things we don't like. It's really, really important that we hear things that we don't like. In fact, it's kind of the most important thing. and what the left are doing with deplatforming and hitting the advertisers to get everyone they don't like banned from other platforms and cheering, we're doing the right thing, we're making a difference. You're just being twats. Absolute twat. Dreadful human beings, because whilst you'll think you're silencing the horrible things, it doesn't go away. It just goes somewhere else. Yes, Graham?
It's already biting back on them. Occupy London has just been deleted. Their Facebook page, 150,000 followers.
Good.
And they're all like, but we're activists. It's like, no.
It's going to come back on the left. It's going to. And then it'll be a problem.
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it? James Gunn, Occupy. They're like, oh, wait a minute. It isn't nice when... Oh. That's
the thing. I think what happened to James Gunn was fucking ridiculous, and it was only fueled by political beliefs. But you know what? He helped fashion the rope that hanged him. Yeah. He helped create that whole shitty, evil, vile atmosphere of, you know, get people banned, get people deplatformed. Fuck them. It's funny. It's great. Fuck them. He did that. He did that. I think I missed a couple of comments on there, unfortunately, but there we go. Oh, you've been copying someone down. That's brilliant. So it looked that be good. Hanzo204 asked if we've been pressured by advertisers to remove a user for any reason. No, but you'll notice that LiveLeak is quite sparsely advertised for a site of its type and kind. It's not easy to get advertising. We don't get people coming to us saying, you know, we do when you remove one user. But we have had experiences in the past with advertisers saying we're not comfortable with this whole thing here or that whole thing there. And, you know, most times it's just like, well, this isn't going to work out, guys. But we have to try and think ahead a little and preempt problems while still trying really hard to remain pure to what we want, you know? No one gets everything they want. But no, we've never been asked to remove a particular user. Mark Wilde says Hayden got some stick for beheading videos once, I think, by the English mainstream. Once? I wish it was once. It's fucking constant at one point. Videotape says I can't listen to Alex Jones for more than about 30 to 60 seconds. Can't stand his fucking voice. That's great. So you just turn it off. There you go. What we've got here. Someone said get not safe for work. Farley Green says porno not safe for work. As we don't want hardcore porn all over our site. We don't want to have, hey, click here and pay for access to our underground rape videos. It's not what we want for LiveLeak. There's just, that would be defeating the whole fucking point. We don't want that, you know. And that brings its own problems, believe me. Crispy Bacon Hallow Hoax says snowflake libturd advertisers. No, dude. Most of the people in charge of those sort of corporations are not liberal snowflakes. But they do understand this. And that's all it is, that business. And they're going to do what they have to do to maximise profit at all times, at all costs. And if it looks better for their bottom line to not have a bit of dirt sprinkled on the company, they're going to do that. And again, I understand. I don't approve. I understand. So yeah, that's where we're at. How are we looking on the book of face?
Very, very good, man. We're already out ahead with Hearts tonight. They're in the lead straight away. I've not even mentioned them. I'm having to scroll up just to see them all. Here we go. Oh,
crikey. Where
you go? Oh, that's buggered up. I'll go back to that in a second. There we go. We've got John, Colin, David, James, Guy, Ian, Rob, Fano, Natalie and Alice. They've all given us hearts so far. There's loads of chatting in there. We've got did Cup of Tea asked, did Graham and Cherry pass their A-levels? There's been quite a lot of Cherry chat tonight. They're excited you're back.
Oh, thank you very much.
He's off again next week.
Happy Dog wants to know why Cherry's still got his hair. What Cherry's shirt says. What does your shirt say, man?
Dimebag Darrow.
Oh. Videotape has just joined us. He wants us to start over, if he could.
I can't do that, Videotape. I'm sorry.
Rob said, it's my favourite time of the week, which is lovely. James said, evening. Fano said that Alex Jones needs to advertise LiveLeak.
We're just his side bitch, I think.
He's not got links to it yet, has he, on his website? Even though he's sneakily.
I think they're going to throw him in like BitChute more. I think the audience might be more, although I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I think the audience are more that way inclined.
He's not the only one, though. A lot of people are moving to BitChute now.
Especially at that side.
Because of the way it works as well, because it works like torrents, doesn't it? So it's not all centralised, and there's advantages.
Yeah, you're still not safe.
No, of course you're not. Andy said, I wouldn't be surprised if Alex Jones did that to himself, so he became the victim and used that to his advantage.
I don't think he banned himself. That
is his narrative, though, isn't it?
There is something a bit strange about the attack on his website that left that perfect redirect page. But I don't know, he might just have a shit-hot web guy, so I don't know.
Duke D. Pastrana said, this is Alex Jones, it's his manner of delivery that's the issue. He's extremist/alarmist, and he's constantly trying to incite people.
He has to. We spoke about this on the podcast, didn't we? He's got to scale it up every time. He's got to keep the funds coming in. He claims that InfoWars costs $45 to $50 million a year to run. That's serious cash. So he's got to get that money in. He's got people relying on him.
True.
That puts a lot of pressure on a person.
Yeah, we've got loads more as well, I know I'm not going to get through them all for the show. People are just commenting like crazy tonight. But yeah, Bob Stew said, I had problems with PayPal when I tried to donate to Trigger Warning. So he had problems donating, but Patreon worked first time, which is interesting. But that's okay. We'd rather you, even though we lose out, we'd rather you.
Yeah, because you can see how much is coming in. It's all transparent.
Yeah.
For everybody, they know what we're hitting with target-wise, and that makes it a bit cooler for me.
Because even though we get less money because they take their cut, it's better that it's just out and open.
It's transparent then. Yeah. Nothing's hidden. No one's wondering. Well, yeah, it says 80% of the target there, or 20%, or 5%, but how much are they really getting? And I like the idea that you can see.
Until it's crazy money, and then we just
then it's straight
hide that hidden. That's what Philip DeFranco does, doesn't he? He switched his off because he gets a lot, like hundreds of thousands.
If people see you getting $200,000 a month, they stop fucking giving.
Bob said that he hates Alex Jones, but even a crazy bastard should be allowed to speak.
Absolutely.
Aphid Lips on Trigger.tv as well, and he said, just cracked a beer, waiting for the word cunt to take a sip.
Oh, so
that might be it.
The old Live League show drinking game.
Yeah.
Sure, we killed a couple. Got a couple of people in. Charles Central here. Kid Shalene says, heyo. I sound like a fucking Teletubby. EU Pride says, hello, my vaping friend. Much love from the Netherlands. Thank you very much. What am I smoking? I'm not vaping. It is Too Much Sauce from Tameside E-Cigs. I don't know if Tink and those are watching tonight, but there's your plug. It's not like I don't get fuck all free, okay? That's not how it works. It's just a local business, and I really like them in there, and they spent a lot of time and effort making cool gear in a clean room. It's a nice place. Get a cracking milkshake there as well.
Not bad either. Good customer service as well.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm vaping now. This is Melon Burst. It's very nice. It's nearly gone. I also have some Love Pudding blueberry muffin, which is alright. Catches my throat a bit, but this is a bit chemically. But there you go. Could be worse. Could taste of dog shit. Like the sand that Graham ate that gave him his fat fucking special tongue. Moving on. Do you remember when the terrorist training camp was found in New Mexico? It was a camp where some people were training children to kill Americans. These names might ring a bell. Probably won't. Siraj Ibn Wahaj, Lucas Morton. That was an easy one. Janie Laville, Hujra Wahaj, Subhana Wahaj. They're the names of the adults that starved and deprived of water the children that they were training to kill other people. They also had rituals such as to exorcise the devil, which resulted in the dead body of a 3-year-old child being at the compound. Pretty much looks like it died during one of these rituals. Murdered or not, I don't know. That's for the courts to decide. This was a training camp for terrorists in New Mexico who were training people to kill children, abusing those children. There are links between the leader and his father was once someone indicted in the, or at least implicated in 9/11. There are also links to Linda Sarsour, you know, of CARE. I don't like Linda Sarsour very much. I'm sure that makes me a terrible racist. I'll probably get a Twitter ban shortly as well. Dreadful woman. Dreadful, dreadful woman. Very hateful. Don't like anyone that's full of hate. Just hate for a group of people. Can't really be doing it. But here's the thing. These motherfuckers were training people to kill in America. Training them to murder American children. So far, I mean, this fucking trial should have been nothing more than how long shall we give them? That's it. All the evidence is there, laid out. This is what they did. This is what they do. They've only been charged with child abuse. They have all been fucking released on a $20,000 signature bail by Judge Sarah Backus. A signature bail apparently means they don't even have to fucking pay it. Think. Training children to kill a fucking terrorist. A dead body on the grounds of a 3-year-old child. They've let them go. The judge basically, in summing up, accuses the authorities, the prosecutors, of promoting religious hatred against Muslims. You show more hatred to Muslims doing this, as if she's watching, than denying them fucking bail because they're terrorists. You don't let fucking terrorists out on bail. You keep them locked up, and if they're found not guilty, then there you go. Fly, be free. But when they're nailed on fucking guilty, you... For fuck's sake, what is this woman thinking? RT reported that now she's getting death threats. No shit. No shit she's getting death threats. What did you fucking expect? You've just released terrorists on a free bail. The guy fucks off to Mecca every year. How are you going to stop him in a country the size of the US with the porous borders? What the fuck? Probably isn't even tagged. That's probably haram. I don't fucking... This is fucking ridiculous. This SJW bullshit. Yes, we know you want to kill people, but I don't want to appear racist, so I'm going to let you... This sounds like the sort of shit I'm used to hearing here in the UK. This is wrong. This does a massive disservice to the Muslim community. A massive fucking disservice. Because it increases the tension, it increases the hatred, and it increases the likelihood a crazy fucker like one of these will kill fucking Muslims, because Muslims die in these attacks too. It's fucking insane. America, stop. Where you're going is not good. Don't end up like Europe. Don't do it. We put our Muslim communities in danger every day by these protectionist bullshit policies that do so much more harm than good. When I think it was, which police force was it? Might have been in the Northwest. One year, during Ramadan, they decided not to arrest Muslims for outstanding warrants. Didn't want to cause offence. Do you know who was offended? The leader of the Muslim community. In the area, it might have been Manchester, I can't really remember. He was fucking furious. He was like, what are you doing? And the police were like, well, we're showing respect for Ramadan. He's like, they're fucking criminals. Go and arrest them. We want equality. I love the idea of equality. I genuinely fucking do. Racial, gender, sex, whatever it is, I like equality. It makes me feel warm and cuddly inside. This is not helping with equality. This is just going to further crystallise the hate against Muslims in general by those that can't distinguish between ordinary people getting on with lives and crazy fuckers like these that want to kill people. It increases the paranoia and the understandable fear. What do you mean you're letting them go? And there'll be a narrative coming out soon. They wouldn't do this with the white guy. They'll jump on that. All this does is endanger the Muslim community, endanger everyone by releasing fucking terrorists into the community again. Whatever the license is, doesn't matter. These fuckers are usually happy to break your laws and die in the process of what they want to do. This just endangers everyone, except the happy, smiling motherfucker that was running the training camp. Have you got that picture? That big smile on his face. Just him on his own. Big smile. No, I think there was another one, a close-up, wasn't there? Let's get the close-up up. Look at that happy motherfucker. He's over the moon. He can't believe it. Can't believe it. He's happy. He thinks that's a good judgment. When the terrorist in court thinks it's a good decision, you fucked up. You've royally fucked up. Guys, you gotta stop this. Before long, you'll be told integration is a two-way street, like allegedly some people have in Holland. I'm going to be such a racist by the end of this. Of course, we've had a comment on trigger warning, probably assets of some agency. Probably not. Probably not. If they were, they'd have died. I mean, fuck's sake, look at Branch Davidian. They weren't even training people to murder anyone. They got fucking set on fire and shot. Bulldozed, set on fire and shot. It's fucking terrifying. It really is fucking terrifying. Someone up there, I can't catch your username, said everyone living in the UK must eat bacon. No, yeah. I do fuck it. I could go a bacon.
Joe, that.
Of course, it must be. Yeah, I could go a bacon butty right now. No, do you know what? Muslim people should do what the fuck they want within our laws and within our society. Jewish people should do what the fuck they like. I'm going to imagine he's not going to extend that to Jewish people. But they should be allowed to do what the fuck they want within their religion as long as they don't inflict on anyone else. Same with Christians and any other fucking... Except the Scientologists. They shouldn't be allowed to do fuck all. I joke. They'll sue. They are a cult, though. It's actually been legally pointed out that you can call Scientology a cult. It's legally banning that you can, so they are. Yeah. God, I'm going to sound really bad now. Cup of Tea says, what do you make of the Sweden car burnings? If it is what it says it is, round them up, throw them the fuck out. I'm not anti-immigration. I'm not anti-refugee when it's a genuine case that their lives are being threatened. We can help. But the way we're dealing with things is not good for anyone. We don't even try to help integrate them into ourselves. We just dump them. And in them, they're still Somalia. You know, they're not fucking UK. And that's just impossible for them to assimilate that quickly is impossible. They're used to a totally different way of life. We should be helping. If we're going to have these guys in here, at least have some way of helping them understand how our culture works and what's acceptable. So I'm sorry, if someone comes to your country as an immigrant, comes to your country as a refugee, and they start burning cars and acting up and fucking trying to impose their will on other people, fuck them off. Fuck them off. You don't owe a debt of care to people that hate you. You know, you don't owe a debt of care to people that want to change your way of life to suit them. That's not how it works in any aspect of our lives, except politically, apparently. And I don't care whether they're Muslim, whether they're white, black, brown, green, purple, or any other. If you go to someone else's country, you abide by their society. And if it's not tolerable to you, you have to go somewhere else, or keep your head down until you can afford to go somewhere else. But yeah, the guy's burning cars, if it is what they say it is, round them up and fuck them off. There we go. Round him up and fuck him. G.I. Joe's just, he's really getting the wrong end of the stick here, isn't he? Hayden's in training to become an imam. He's a very strange man. He's on a different part of his curve this week, G.I. Joe. I've just said round him up and fuck him off. That's not really imam-like, is it? Oh, I mean, how we're looking on the book of face there.
Oh, we're all right, man.
Got me a bit too annoyed, that one.
Yeah. I, just before we do, though, I really don't get this eat bacon thing. Like, do people not realise that's not It's not an act of protest, you know. They don't care. They're not like, oh, well, I'm going to eat some bacon. They don't give a shit.
You should only eat bacon because it's delicious. It's delicious.
If Lip said Steve Bannon is over there, so surely he will clean it all up.
yeah. I'm sure he'll get right on that.
He's been doing some amazing interviews though. I can see why
the guy's very good. You know, you might. I mean, no matter what. I mean, I find him incredibly objectionable.
Yeah, but he presents his interviews.
Oh, he's very good.
Very well.
He's very well. Of course, he's not an idiot.
No.
Everyone makes out that all these people that say things you don't like are fucking idiots. He's not an idiot. He's a long way from a fucking idiot. You know?
Paul said, I used to like Alex until the Trump interviews, and he changed. That was your take, wasn't it?
As soon as that happened, I said they're going to go for him now because he'd raised his profile too high. Whether it had been Trump or Hillary would have been irrelevant. He became up there.
Happy Dog said the gammoning is upon him.
The gammoning. that's my fucking saying that.
Bob Stew said it's fucking madness, talking about this fella being released. And,
it is, it's insanity. Yeah. It's absolute fucking insanity.
Mr. Kill C1 said, have they been taking advice from the British government on how to be PC?
Maybe part of the British government, maybe not all of the British government. Do you know what this thing is? Everyone is this about PC, that about PC, and you know everything goes in swings and roundabouts. Especially in the UK, we've seen it all before. What invariably happens is we get a hard swing to the left, then we get a big hard swing over to the right, and then it'll go back again and forwards and back again and forwards. You know, well, you talk about, you know, everyone's a pussy in England. We've had race riots, and I don't just mean like immigrants burning cars. We've had white folks going, well, it was Burnley, wasn't it? Yeah, fucking had enough of this. And you have a race war. Granted, everyone's that fucking stupid. You wouldn't mind if it was like, you know, just put them somewhere else to have it. But Britain's a strange place. It swings this way and then it'll violently swing the other way. And I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure this is going to end positively for anybody. I'll be honest with you.
G.I. Joe said Hayden is really defending the Muzzies. Fucking amazing.
Okay. Of all the Muslims I've met, I've never met one that's been an extremist because I don't hang out with those guys. I don't know who they are. But you know, I found that most people of most religions are people. And I try not to judge people on which fucking idiotic concept of a god they pray to. And I'm wary of people that tell me to hate a whole group of people, such as yourself, because they remind me a lot of those people that just hate all the Jews, or hate all the blacks, or hate all the whites. They tend to be people I don't gravitate towards on account of them being dreadful. Yeah. He's just on a wind-up anyway. So we got people talking about varieties of pig products in Troll Central.
A non-triggerist 5627 said they're just taking political correctness way too far. People like this do need locking up. Don't see how people think that even when there is sufficient evidence that just because they don't want to upset them or their religion that they should be set free. It's so fucked.
It certainly is. Whether it's for reasons of religion. Oh, let's flip it around. I've forgotten his name. Shit. The kid who was a promising swimmer who did a spot of rape, and the judge didn't want to send him down because he was from a very wealthy family whose father said a couple of minutes of action shouldn't spoil his whole life, and he basically got away with it for being white and privileged. Happens, but thing is, I don't know that he'll go out and rape again. I mean, he should have got fucking a lot longer. This guy's a nailed-on fucking terrorist.
It does seem fairly conclusive, doesn't it? It's
yeah, you know, he's teaching kids to murder kids. Yeah. Come on, they just don't let him out.
His own 3-year-old child's there, dead. Like, not reported, just dead.
Just dead and fucking buried. Let's give him bail.
It's just, let them wander the streets.
There's some poor fuckers out there that got caught dealing fucking weed 3 times in a row, and they're banged up for fucking life. Yeah. Oh, no bail for you, you dirty drug dealer. What, you
Okay.
buried your kid in the sand, you're teaching the others to murder? Yeah, no problem. Go and get your... In fact, you don't have to give us any money. Just fuck off. Just promise us.
It was Clinton that brought that in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He brought in the legal reform that everyone's complaining about now. They all forget everyone's hammering Trump and all that. It was actually fucking Bill Clinton that fucked the inner cities.
Trump's just a continuation of the problem. He's not the originator of it. It's just the fact that he has these spacky tantrums on fucking Twitter, you know, like an angry kid. But he's you know, he's not... Everyone's got to be the grand Satan if you don't fucking agree with him, and I'm bored of all that shit. I really, really, really am.
Shatner's bassoon is a little bit less delicate about the whole situation. He just wants big square nails through the wrist. There you go.
Well, I certainly think that'd make them stay very still. Depending on what you nailed them to. If it was just nails to the wrist, they could run off with the wrist. But if they were nailed to, then yeah, you're secure. Secure. You could just lock the fucking door, to be fair, but if nails are the thing for you, that's...
Stephen had an interesting point about, you know, breaking the law and free speech and all the rest of it. He said, so if someone broke the law, they can't have a Facebook or Twitter then? So a shoplifter doesn't have the right to a Facebook account? Lol.
Lol.
No, I think the platforms are saying that the people that are banned have broken their terms of service. My point earlier was that if someone has broken the law, let the courts deal with it, not the court of popular opinion. Just chasing to get you banned on fucking Facebook. If they've done something genuinely wrong, the courts will deal with it.
And if they're using Facebook to break the law, to incite violence, then that's the connection. If you're using Facebook to chat with people to find out where the guard is in the shop so that you can shoplift, then yeah, you're off Facebook.
But the thing is, that in
thing.
itself, it's not the legality that gets you kicked off Facebook. It's their terms of service.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm speaking from the point of view as like, I really want an internet First Amendment, man. I want it.
Digital Bill of Rights for the internet. I'd love to see that, but I can't see anyone ever agreeing on it. Sadly, I'd love to see something like that.
Speaking of that, David said the internet has peaked, but it was a good run.
I think it peaked a few years ago. But I don't think it's dead. I think we're just going to go into a very difficult period.
And Cup of Tea is happy that they didn't use hate speech, so we're all good there.
I hate that phrase. I do hate the fucking phrase though.
It's bullshit, hate speech. It sounds like it's something really bad, but it's just a subjective nonsense term. Did you say we got emails?
It's like, you know, if we're talking about the rules on Lively, so if anyone says, well, what about hate? No one will mention that word around me.
Yeah.
I'll lose my fucking mind because there's no... I don't understand. What does it even mean? It's two words put together that sound like they should mean something, but no one will ever define it, because if you leave it really loosely defined, you can put anything in there you don't like. Yes, let's have some emails, Cherry. Give us some emails. Some mail of the E.
Mail of the E. We've got, if I promise not to touch myself, will Hayden do the Kiki dance?
Who's that from?
Andrew.
No, I don't know what the Kiki dance is.
Well, that's how I've read it. K-E-K-E. Well, is that how you say it?
Oh, like is it Kekistan?
I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking
Is that gay frog thing? Not being homophobic, but apparently all the frogs are turning gay. No, they are. Alex Jones says so. The government are spraying them with things that make frogs gay.
And we've got one, and I'll say the name out this time. Avid Lip.
Nearly.
How do you say it?
Aphid lip.
I keep saying Aphid Lip, and you say no, it's Avid Lip. Anyway.
No, you've got that back to front, Cherry. You always say aphid lip, and I correct you with aphid lip.
He's had a very good observation tonight, but completely wrong. Gang, good to see you. Cherry looks like me at my first office job, trying to look busy. But I am actually really busy.
Cherry's got things to do tonight.
Got a pen. So I've just sent this in, so he will actually need to do something. Thank you, Avid Lip.
Fair enough. Very good. Very good. Let me box off, because I do want to go back a little bit here. Someone's just mentioned in chat with Jordan Peterson saying Facebook and Twitter should be utilities. And probably therefore privatised even further.
But there's some evidence.
No, there is something there, and it's looking very much... Because we're not talking about... my fear is, they're going to extend that everywhere as a way of controlling speech across the internet completely. That is a big fear of mine. Yes, all websites are utility, so you've all got to do what we say. The amount of small sites that will be crushed and gone is unbearable to think about, okay? However, the Globo sites, the monsters like YouTube, the reach of YouTube is fucking terrifying. It's outstripping Facebook now. It's on its way. The power of YouTube is phenomenal. It's been given a pass lately in the face of Facebook, whose reach is mind-boggling, and Twitter. But you know, these massive sites, they may need some form of regulation because their reach and influence is so considerable. You know, if you just change one small algorithm on Facebook, you can swing you can definitely swing an election. You could get anything you want because people would be drip-fed the information, and we all think we're too smart to be susceptible to these things, but we're not. There's a reason advertising works so well, but we all think we're too smart, but it'll get you. Most of the people that say that to me exist in a bubble as well. We're all susceptible to these things on one degree or another. And it does lead me to believe that perhaps there is something we have to do. The only problem I have is that I don't trust the governments with it either. I don't trust them at all with it. That could be some weaponized shit right there. So I don't know what the answer is to that, but something needs to be done. Something needs to be... I just don't know what it is. Because the idea, yes, split them up, like, you know, like we do with monopolies, and put legislation in place. Maybe treat them as publishers. That would put extra... But then that wouldn't help. It's difficult. It's just a very hard one to call. It really, really is. And I'm not sure that the free market can do much about this. I don't know what the answer is. I've always railed against centralisation. It's been the death of so much that's good online. I was reminiscing the other day, you know, because LiveLeak's only, to me, it's a fucking huge site, but in the grand scheme of those guys, it's nothing. But many of the sites that we came up with have gone. You know, everything changed too much for them. Everything got a bit hard. Everything didn't work out the way they thought, and so much of it is being crushed because so many people just flock to the big platforms because they can get blue thumbs and, you know, bullshit bubbles and bullshit affirmation. And it's terrifying. It's genuinely terrifying for the rest of the net where it's going. We won't have to worry about net neutrality soon because it's just going to fucking die. And we'll be left with Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So yeah. Conga says charge everyone $1 for a year and LL becomes exempt. Yeah, most people wouldn't pay the $1, dude. It's the way it works. You know, there's that guy who's one of the key parts of developing the World Wide Web as we know it, and he says his biggest mistake was encouraging everyone to give everything away free because that became the expectation online, and that's just how it is, and that allowed the advertising model to thrive as poorly and inefficiently as it did, and that's what we're stuck with now. If you ask people, like, fuck you, I'm not paying. Everyone already acts like they're your business partner, whether you know they're paying or not anyway. But no, they just it's difficult. Hanzo204 says we need a LiveLeak IRC channel. I miss IRC. I used to love IRC chat. I remember we had one on Ogrish, and there was a guy on there, what was it, Headstrong with 2 S's, because he was nasty as fuck. He used to go into the big comms rooms, you know, with all the mods and the admin, to complain that, get rid of this man, he is a Jew. And he'd be in there arguing with them. But I do miss IRC terribly. I really, really do. Aphid Lip says, maybe I should try to get my nose pierced like Jack Dorsey. I had my nose pierced when I was a young man. Having it re-pierced at the age of 46 seems like I'm trying a bit too hard. Cup of Tea says, you should pay us. Yeah, why not? If I had the money, I'd love to offer the revenue share that YouTube can. It's fucking impossible. It's impossible. I missed another, because someone said answer the question. I don't know what the question was. I missed it. Hate to say it, dude. I can't just sit there and follow that all the way through. We're already running out of time. I thought I'd been fairly concise compared to usual.
The question was, are you gay?
Only for money. Or for that special someone. That's just pitching. Receiving's extra. Yes, Al Bundy, you're absolutely correct. Thumbs up, instant gratification. I fucking hate thumbs. I didn't even want them on Live Leak, but people wanted them. TNG3B says, bring us back Ogrish, Hayden. Bring back hardcore vids. Oh. I'm not putting myself through that shit again. No. You do it. You go do it. Give it a try. I can't abide that stuff. And you can't go back, dude. You can't go back. Doesn't I'm right. We got crack on. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Lovely, lovely Pittsburgh. Turns out over the last 70 years there's been a cover-up of over 300 priests grooming and preying on children. Child sex offenders in the Catholic Church. What a surprise. This one, some of the details are so infuriating, it's dreadful. They've identified, I think, 300. The others, they say that it's still a bit too scatty to say it's them. These fuckers were being covered up for by the Catholic Church. They would give the kids badges so that the other priests could identify which ones had already been groomed or fucked. They would ply them with booze and pornography and fuck children. We all talk about Islam quite a lot because it's very present in our minds because they carry out outrageous attacks in the name of their God, these Islamic terrorists, okay? Let's not forget, there's a nation state within Italy called the Vatican City. That is a nation state belonging to the richest church on the face of the earth, the richest organisation. Their wealth and reach is mind-boggling. The way they've set up their religion is to indoctrinate the young immediately and implacably and irreversibly, and they hammer the third world. Whilst they sit on golden thrones in Rome, the vast majority of their followers are starving and dying of AIDS and other avoidable fucking diseases because God told them to, whilst these fuckers coin it in and then have the cheek to pass the fucking plate round. Never mind that, they're getting notoriously bad for covering up child sex offences. The Catholic Church loves a bit of that. They just move them around. We just move them around to another community. Before you know it, you got a new father coming around going, oh, look at the children. I fucking love the children. Oh, yes, I do. Look at that one with the pretty face. Would you like a badge? Means I'm going to give you the cock later. Take the flesh of Christ. Fuck these. I don't know why I chose an Irish one. I played Father Ted. Maybe because although my Irish accent's bad, my Italian one's even worse. They're covering up for these fuckers. You know, what kind of... After it all came out a few years back, you'd think they'd go, oh, do you know what, let's just give these fuckers up. And of course the priesthood appeals to paedophiles because it's a lifestyle where you're not allowed to have sex with a lady. Oh, that's all right. I don't want sex with the ladies. I want the children. It's that Irish priest again. Father David O'Kiddy fucker. Oh, that's going to get me in trouble. How are we tolerating this? And I'm not saying stop being Catholic. How can you tolerate your church? How can you tolerate being part of an organisation that does this? And it's voluntary. It's not like you got to pay tax to the government or you get put in prison. It's fucking voluntary. Living your life in guilt and sin. Whilst the guy telling you to say Hail Marys for thinking about the woman down the road while you have a wang is fucking kids. I know it's not all of them. It's probably not even most of them. But it's enough of them. And the fact that he gets fucking hidden in Pittsburgh, look at the badges. So you can better identify which kids are going to be easier to fuck. Really? Come on, guys. We need to do better. You know, we need to fucking clean house. We've got to stop hiding away from this shit. Well, it's religion. You're gonna fuck them. Fucking tax the bastards out of existence. Let religion become something personal, something important, something spiritual. Not a profit-building exercise for a load of fucking sexually strangled fucking lunatics in Rome. Sorry, Vatican City. Let's talk about it openly and not be worried about offending them. Fuck the fish-eating bastards. Can't talk about Muslim grooming gangs. No, can't talk about those either. Yes, we can. And then some clever dick comes back, well, actually more white people rape children than Pakistani people. You're right. There are a lot more white people in this country. But per capita, there seems to be an alarming trend within a community. Now, I don't actually think it's their religion. I think it's a mixture of some religion and the culture where they're from. And they're told not to value the lives of other people. But I can't blame the bloke at my local paper shop for it, because he didn't do it. I can't blame a Catholic I see in the chip shop on a Friday, because they fucking love fish on a Friday. I can't blame them for these priests fucking all the kids. But I can say, how can you be identified with this shit that goes on? Because you know what? You're not responsible for it. If you're dropping money on that plate, or you're turning a blind eye, or you're going the other way, or you're putting shitty whataboutery arguments at me, you're defending it. And no one will want that, because no one will ever admit, yeah, you're right, I defend fucking kids. No one wants to hear that, but that's exactly what you're doing. The minute you throw a bullshit argument at me to try and deflect and move aside. 1,000 kids, they reckon. 1,000 children, lives ruined. Lives fucking ruined. For the record, G.I. Joe, I was also defending the Catholics whilst talking about priests fucking kids. I know this is all a bit highbrow for you. You only understand very basic things due to your medication. I didn't know they did pills for being a fucking idiot, but there you go. Oh, I nearly said something very inappropriate then. After what I've said over the last 5 minutes, I'm quite surprised to stop myself. But there we go. Religion again. Oh, I might run over it. I might lose it here a little bit. I saw something initially in my news report that I thought was quite heartening. G.I. Joe, get ready to type in caps. Are you ready? Get ready. I saw this lady. Just caught Graham out there. Sorry. There we go. That's, I think, Lahan Omar. She was a Somali refugee to the United States. She's won a primary election for US Congress in Minnesota. And when I first saw that, I thought, wow, you know, that's pretty cool. You know, it's a Somali refugee that's adopted to the American way of life and working the way. That's like the American dream, isn't it? To become an American citizen and to move up in the world. That is the American dream. This is fucking cool. I need to know more. I want to talk about this on the show so I can give a positive story. That'd be really... I was made up. Look her, she's got a nice smile. She's a pretty lady. Got the head, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I thought this is a cool fucking story to end on. Mint. Happy. Nice. Integration that works. It's sweet. Then I Googled her. There were some claims that I've not been able to verify. Probably shouldn't really, but a lot of people are saying online that she married her own brother to get citizenship. I don't know. I couldn't find anything I'd call concrete on that. I've seen a lot of commentators, particularly on the right, claiming it, but I don't know. But what I do know is in Minnesota, there was a vote to... because female genital mutilation has been illegal in Minnesota since 1990. I guess before that it was just something they didn't know about, you know. But someone put a bill up that to make the punishments far more harsh. And rightly so, you would think, wouldn't you, really? Because, you know, again, when I talk about female genital mutilation, I have the whataboutery. Well, if you allow circumcision, two things. I wouldn't allow circumcision, given the choice. However, if we look at this purely logically, circumcision is the removal of a foreskin where the effect on the person's health is just not there. It may cause loss of sensation, but that tends to be very subjective in reviews. It's still wrong, in my opinion. If someone wants to get it done when they're older, their choice. Your cock, your choice. I don't agree with it. So let's push that aside. Don't agree with it. But female genital mutilation goes way beyond that. Way beyond that. It mutilates a woman horrendously for the rest of her life. Removes any chance of any pleasure from sexual contact. Quite often they try and stitch them shut. The vagina closed. Or at least leaving the opening so tight that it causes immense pain for the woman, who often in that culture may not have a huge amount of choice as to when she has sex with her husband, because it's a different culture. So it's wrong. It's so incredibly fucking wrong now. In this country, we fucked it. No one's been arrested for it. It happens. No one's been arrested. I don't know why. Blows my fucking mind. I'm not even pro-death penalty. I want to kill them with hammers when I hear of these things. I never would. I don't believe in that. But it makes me so fucking angry that they're carrying out with rusty knives and razor blades and fucking rocks. Who would want this shit? You'd want people banged up for fucking life for doing that to a child. Life! If they cut your kid's eyelids off or the earlobes off, or little fingers can live without them, little toes too. Don't need them. But for some reason, because it's cultural where they come from to hack up the vagina, it's not seen as the same. But it fucking is. It's fucking mutilation. It destroys them for life. So a bill was put forward to punish them more harshly. She voted against it. I wanted a feel-good story of success. Voted against it because, it's a bit too harsh and it might put parents off going to the doctors in case the doctors find it and they get a prison. Fuck them! Send a message! If you do this, you'll go into prison for the rest of your fucking life. Or 30 years and then fucked off back to where you came from. We don't have to be sensitive to the needs of people that want to mutilate children. We don't have to be. We do not have to be. It's impossible to me that we can. And I realise that every word I'm saying now could be crassly misrepresented later on YouTube as a racist rant. And why don't you like the Somalis? I don't give a fuck about the Somalis. Wouldn't register on my fucking radar. But if you're going to mutilate baby girls, you register on my radar. You become the worst piece of shit I can imagine. Up there with those fucking priests, or those pricks in the training camp, or any of the horrible shit we've done, anything. You don't have to be culturally sensitive to things that are so culturally fucking damaging. Destroying lives. So, Alana Ma, I was kind of happy for you when I saw it, until I heard your bullshit. Why? It makes no sense. Minnesota, what the fuck are you doing? If you want to show you're diverse, vote for a Muslim, vote for a Somali, vote for a black person, vote for a Jewish person, vote for anyone, but make sure they don't oppose harsh punishments for mutilating children. You'd think that'd be the least... Could you imagine if Donald Trump had come out saying, well, say what you want, but slaughtering a child to cure you with AIDS is perfectly reasonable. How culturally sensitive would we be? No, come on, guys. This is fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm going to get so much shit for some of the things I've said tonight. I said it'd be an angry one. I've got pain now. Not heart attack pain, just... do the Alex Jones. But I am genuinely... It really boils my fucking piss that all these people I'm seeing celebrating on fucking Twitter that this woman got elected... And when people have said, but she did this, they're like, go away, racist. I don't give a fuck what colour they are, what religion they are. Oh. You get where I'm coming from. Only gone 5 minutes over. Only gone 5 minutes over, so that's not so bad. Very angry, pain in my neck. Literally, quite literally, a pain. Everything tonight has been so utterly fucking depressing. But we got through it. At least I got a couple of chuckles out the priest's fucking kids, eh?
That was midnight.
Fuck my life. Aphidly wants to know if there's a live leak only after show. I don't know what else I've got to fucking talk about. I really don't. I'm fucking toasted.
Hey, what are you doing? They're supposed to be secret.
Yeah, you fucking
What are you doing letting it out?
You fucking splitter.
Hey? Everyone on Facebook and YouTube and that, they'll be like, wait, what?
I don't know.
TNG3B says Hayden will solve all the world's problems. Now, you see, it's where you're wrong. I just cause a whole load of fucking new ones. Imagine if someone said, right, you're going to be the leader of the world. You'd sort all this shit out. You would. You fuck off, you do this, you do that. Sort it out. Fucking sort it out. Right, now, get me my golden throne and chest full of medals. And sacrifice my enemies. You wouldn't be able to resist.
Well, go on then. Hey, wait, while she's quiet. Paul thinks you... Paul thinks you're a knobhead, but you do a good job. There you go.
That's funny, because I think Paul's a complete cunt. Never done a good job in his life, but cheers, Paul.
Whilst we're on the personal comments as well, Cherry looks gorgeous tonight with the greasy hair and beard. There you go, he's like
Fuck said that?
AGR 2017.
Cheers.
Cunt. You got the thing about Facebook and YouTube being classed as utilities, didn't you?
Yeah.
Ratzar said that an American accent would have actually been a bit more apt than the Irish one.
Can't help it.
Seeing as they're American priests.
I don't know the Pittsburgh accent very well.
That was great, that accent. I loved it.
David said, not very uplifting news this week. ...
No.
No.
Let me have a look. You keep reading. I'll find something good to end on.
US boss just wrote red shoes in caps, which just was good.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Red shoes.
Did he just have a moment or something?
I don't know, but red shoes are pretty cool, man. I'm with you there.
Imagine just sat there and you say, red shoes. That's going to be our new thing now, isn't it? Oh no! I nearly forgot. I've got presents.
Here we go.
I've got presents. Because I might not have offended everyone yet. They were giving these out to people regardless of their sexuality.
Oh.
And I brought them for you. There you go, dude. Let's see if I can get this through that gap.
Ooh.
Yes!
It went in my leg.
Don't hit the really expensive camera.
Ooh,
There we go. Oh, I'm fucking good or what?
Good that, yeah.
I'll put that on my MAGA
I'm
hat.
proud, badges.
Yeah.
You need to put that on your MAGA hat.
It's not going to focus, is it? But
It's there for you guys.
Oh, cheers, man.
Be proud.
yeah, I'm proud. That's going on my MAGA hat.
And if you wear this to sound tonight, you'll get some cock.
Speaking of cock, we've had an email of Andrew. Your cock, your choice. That's going on my tombstone.
Absolutely. Why not? Why not?
That was a beautiful link, by the way, man.
Nice segue into it, wasn't it?
That was very smooth.
You can tell I've not had a smoke tonight.
Well, I got more good news for you. James said, Hayden, you made Tom Cruise's Irish accent sound like it was a pro job. So there you go.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just love the fucking children. I can't help it. They're so fucking lovely with the rosy cheeks.
Aphid said that.
My Irish accent's way better than Tom Cruise's. Fuck you. It's not as good as Brad Pitt's.
Oh, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt has me with my legs in the air.
His pikey accent, but you know, some people say that's not very. It's actually perfect.
Yeah.
What about Russell Crowe when he did Robin Hood? That was a good Irish accent, wasn't
I
it?
don't even know what accent that was it? It was all over the fucking place, wasn't it? Who was one that did an accent and gave up halfway through the film? Which was it?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. I can't be arsed now.
Littlefinger out of Game of Thrones. This is weird. He's sort of just disappeared, didn't it? Littlefinger.
He is Irish, isn't he?
Yeah, but his accent in it.
He moved around a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Busy man.
I think he reacted a little bit too much to the comments.
It's alright, got his throat cut by a little girl. Oh, I'd fucking love to have me throat cut by a little girl. Whoo! The little hands. The little pink toes. Dogs! Do you like dogs? Do you like children?
I'm going to have to watch that soon. I'm going to have to watch that.
What, Catholic priests?
No, the, what is it? Snatch.
Yeah.
Fucking great film.
Me too. Gonna go on YouPorn later. Quality Snatch. Run right the fuck over here. I'm really shit at this.
Yeah. All this bonus
Do you know what it is?
content.
I don't want to end. It was so fucking down.
I know.
It's so fucking dreadful. You can't end a show on female genital mutilation.
Well, I want to find good news, but I can't remember how to search for it anymore. I've lost the ability.
That's me. I mean, this has been me since, like, well, the Ogreish days. Every time I go on, it's bad shit. Bad in my email. Bad things. Everything bad. Can't find anything jolly. Young people are less enthusiastic about university. Who fucking cares?
Good. They're not getting saddled with pointless debt for a useless degree that doesn't set them up for any kind of work in the real world. So it's probably good.
How's that news this week? Is Elvis Presley really dead? Yes.
Yes.
As the coroner said, if he's not, he's walking around without his fucking heart and brain because I took him out.
And his cheeseburger.
I've got some very, very, very good news for you, Aidan. Oh, give me a sec, it's loading up. Our Patreon is at 14%
Fucking hell.
towards making Tuesdays triggering. 2 shows a week.
Boom.
Sweet.
If you would like to help Trigger Warning be more than it is and have more Trigger Warning, because what we want to take the Tuesdays into the video things. It's a different setup. It's me and Graham as opposed to just me roaring out and other things that we want to do and provide some. It's not paywall content. There has to be some reward for the people that do it, and we want to work towards that as well. We did some stuff before that some guys have just found because they've become patrons, which was the safe space videos that I forgot was still up there.
I forgot about that, yeah.
But we want to do more stuff like that, and so if you do want to help, there's several ways that you can. First of all, if you don't want to give us a bean, you don't give a fuck, it's fine. Just watch and enjoy it. That's cool. If you want to be a bit more helpful than that, share it. Share the videos, share the links, all those things. It's hugely appreciated when you do that. And it does give Graham a raging diva boner as well when we get some good quality shares. I get a semi, but I'm older. It's not what it used to be. You can help us by going to patreon.com, becoming a patron, whether it's $1 a month or more, whatever it is. You can see how far we are towards the target. You can see what we're getting. Nothing's hidden. Nothing's hidden away. There's nothing nefarious. The money will go into getting us on, getting us to do more. And if it goes beyond that, rejigging some of the equipment, because I can't pay for all this stuff anymore to replace all this stuff. And you know, it'll all just go into the show if you want to. There's no obligation. There's nothing else. If you want to be a part of it, do so. What would that? Would look very happy.
Well, I recycled the Patreon picture from the news, from the sad story.
Hey, well done. Turned it around. Turned it around. AGR 2017 says, I love that show where Hayden and Graham look like they're doing a job interview. That's the one. I think I did upload another one. Did another one. Because we did 2 in here, didn't we? That's the one. It's the podcast. But what you get with the podcast is you get 45 minutes to an hour. We'll probably do a full 2 hours if we can fund it. You get an hour of the podcast, then you get extra time, which is usually platform dependent, that we release as another part, which is not quite as compact
I'll be honest, if we get to the target and I can justify actually taking a second night off guaranteed every week, then I don't mind going as long as we need to. You know, it could be 2 hours.
And it'll be earlier as well.
Yeah. I don't mind if we go to midnight. It's great, wonderful.
Fine by me, it doesn't bother me. I enjoy the shit out of it.
Take as long as we need to fix it.
Uncle Netcutter says, Hayden, kill off the PC site. Which one's that? Which PC site should I kill off? I'll use my kill button that's right here. You just tell me which one. Do you consider your viewers live geeks, says TNG3B? Do you know what? I'm always asked if there's ever an interview, what kind of people go on? There's no one kind of people on live. It doesn't work like that. It's one of the things I fucking love. Like, we do a show. Other guys do shows on platforms. They end up with sycophants or haters. I've got a brilliant... You don't get that. You just get people that agree or disagree. Some just want to troll. But people don't automatically agree with me. I fucking love that. So I consider just anyone that watches this is a fucking rock star, in my opinion. I'm amazed so many do. It blows my mind. There's so many people join us for this. I think it's fucking great. What does my tattoo mean? They're just stories that I like. Hang on. I'll come in there. Oh, gone off. Watch this just not being focused at all. No, not that. Hang on. Oh, this is a bad idea, Hayden. Okay, basically 2 authors in here and a few different stories by them. But there's Stephen King with the Wheel of Car there, with Car Tech. We are one from many, which also means my family. I hate explaining this shit. It makes it sound like difficult. Got a raven, got a heart, and sparrows are flying against. You got Poe and you got Stephen King, and there's some more stuff going on the other side. So there you go. That's what they mean. No deep meaning, just shit that I like.
That's what gets me. When you have a tattoo and someone says, "What does that mean?" They're like, "Fuck all."
It's just shit that I like.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it needs to mean.
Yeah, I know what PC means. I don't know what PC site. Oddly enough, I don't have a Big Earn tattoo. Oliver Reed. I might get him tattooed on me. He was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He was.
What a man.
Frustratingly little of him on YouTube, but there's a few good bits.
I've just been asked how rich he is. I've not spoke to him. I tried to call him the other day, but he didn't pick up. He messaged me, but I've had a lot of shit going on the past week or so. So I've been very distracted. But I've not heard that he's any worse. He's resting up is the best that I know. But as soon as I do find out for sure, I'll let you know. War Gypsy said, "Sorry, you got nothing to be sorry for, War Gypsy. I wasn't being horrible when I said it. It's just it's just a bit odd to come in. This is this, and that is that, and this is this. Because they're just things that I really like, things that been a part of my life and I enjoy. I love reading and I love horror fiction, and that's what it is. I'm thinking I'm going to get a rose from the Gunslinger. Put behind that, then I'm probably going to get a Cthulhu and something. I don't know. I'm going to have fun with it anyway. If you're gonna have a fucking midlife crisis, you might as well make it a fun one. That's what I say. How are we looking on Facebook, Graham? Because we've run well over, but I'd like to say I've been enjoying myself. It's been the darkest show, and I just want to make sure we have it kind of light and frothy at the end.
Yeah, I mean, just everyone's saying good night, really, because you said goodbye.
I did, didn't I?
We got James giving the laughy heart faces. In fact, the hearts have been doing very, very well. Somebody, I don't know who it is, I keep missing, has just been spamming hearts. When they float up, just sitting there going, yes.
Got a comment for you from Longbeard. Never met a man who wasn't in love with his tattoos. You'd be pretty fucking stupid to get one you didn't like.
I've got a dime bag tattoo.
There you go. Brand says get a raven. I have. That's what the birdie is. It's a raven.
Well, if we're ending on good stuff, Aphid Lib's happy about the fact that it's one of the only religions that lets you drink beer, which I guess is true.
And fuck kids.
And fuck kids. Good bit of kid fucking.
After your beer.
Which?
Or do you have it? Yeah, no, you do it before your beer.
If you could get rid of only one, which one would you get rid of? Would it be the mass sort of rape of children, or would it be suicide bombings? If you could pick one.
How could I just pick one?
But, you know, it's a thought experiment.
Do you know what? Oh, I think we can fight against suicide bombers if we had more will. I think we could push them back and destroy that ideology, or at least push it back to a part of the world where it's applicable, whereas the others is far too insidious. So I'd have to say I'd erase the kid fuckers and we could go to war against the other side. We can't fight against that kind of insidious filth. We can't.
I wonder how many people now are just like, yeah, told you, loves Muslims. He's an imam.
Yeah, they ignore the part of like we can destroy them. But we can. That's the way I said. That's something that logistically we could deal with if we had the will. And we could. But the other is so fucking insidious, and
I think
can't.
Kids die in suicide bombings, but it's not a guaranteed part of it, is it? You know, I'd rather adults die than kids get fucked.
But again, mate, I've not even thought down to that level. For me, it's just the fact that we could, if we had the political will, we could combat terrorism far more effectively, and we can fight it, and that's something that can be won over generations if we had more political will. I think all the political will in the world wouldn't protect you from an organisation that hides its kiddie fuckers, an organisation that's got more wealth than anybody else in the world. So yeah,
we've had a last email in if you want it. Did Hayden get the raven tattoo so he's always got a bird on his arm?
No. But that's very good. It's very good. I need a drum kit. Although I have always now got a bird on my arm.
Are we going to slip into? Am I going to get a load of audio buttons at the bottom here?
Bum tish. What was that thing we used? We used to use that thing on the podcast, didn't we? That the soundboard.
Yeah.
And just fuck that off because
I know. I used to have a gunshot on Game Face. I quite enjoyed that. I might bring that back.
Yeah, the random one that I'd never hit on time.
Yeah.
Just a little bit later. So, guys, I guess you know what, we've gone 21 minutes over time, but I did think it was important after dealing with all the heavy shit we've dealt with tonight. I thought it'd be really cool just to chill out and hang out regardless of the platform. So there can't be any live leak exclusive secret over time, but we are working on that. It's just, so I've got to make an allowance for it, but we'll get that sorted. That will happen at regular intervals. We'll get the old live leak show set out. I'll make it sound like physically we'll get it out. But that will happen. But listen, guys, thank you so much for watching. Everyone that got in touch, everyone that commented, every single fucking one of you, whether you love us, hate us, agree, disagree, I fucking cherish the fact you've been here, regardless of platform. But obviously there's always a special place in my heart for my people, you know, my special people over there in Live League. It's not a sexy thing. I don't want to. No, but you're special. You're important. So thanks, guys, for another show. We'll be back on Tuesday with the podcast, which even if we don't do video, we do record live. You can listen on triggerwarning.tv/live, where you can chat until it crashes. Or you can go to Cogent Radio. Get the Cogent Radio Android app. There is no Apple app. The podcast is also available via the site, via Podomatic. We're waiting on Stitcher and iTunes. The links are all over our social media. At Trigger TV on Twitter, and etc, etc, etc. And we'll be back again next Thursday to do more of this because I fucking love it. Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.